Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our Facebook Live session on SIH 2020. What is an internal hackathon? My name is Disha from Persistent Systems.
And I'm Anuja Kanhere from Persistent Systems.
And we're just going to walk you through today of the entire process of an internal hackathon. What is an internal hackathon? This concept has been introduced only for this year, that is 2020. And it is a campus level hackathon that each participating institute will have to conduct and finalize their top teams who will further go on to compete in the challenge. So before we get started, one question that you all will have: why this internal hackathon? And Anuja, can you tell us why?
Of course. So internal hackathons were basically introduced because very few students got an opportunity to participate in the Smart India Hackathon Grand Finale. The idea is we want to spread the hackathon culture to maximum number of students from technical colleges, and this is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to experience it firsthand. So that's the idea behind it.
So that's perfect. More students and enriching experience for all. So let's just walk through the entire process, starting with the timelines. So you can just have a look at this deck that we have for you.
So quickly running you through the schedule. The problem statements have already been announced in the month of December this year, and college SPOCs are expected to start registering and uploading the event related details until Jan 2020. The last date for submission of entries by SPOCs, which includes SPOC registration as well as nomination of teams, is Jan 25, 2020. After that, we would be having the internal evaluation rounds, wherein the company level officers and ministry officers will be evaluating the ideas that have come in, and we would be announcing the shortlisted teams sometime in the month of February. After that, we would be having the software edition hackathon tentatively in the month of March, around mid-March, and the hardware hackathon would be sometime in the month of July 2020. So quickly running you through the student team composition for this year. Just like previous year, we have 6 students per team. That's mandatory. There is no restriction on number of teams per college. The more, the better. We want maximum students to participate. Again, there is no restriction on submissions against every problem statement. You are free to decide the problem statement that appeals to you. There is no faculty member allowed per team. Most of the members must be well versed in programming skills.
Yes, and what about the one female manager? I know for the last 3 years we've been having that. Is that still applicable this year?
Yes. So one female team member is mandatory. So just go ahead and include a girl in your team, a girl member. So we have everyone participating.
Let's talk about the idea submission process. We just want to give you a better understanding of it. Each participating institute is going to identify one SPOC that will be the point of contact. He or she will be a faculty member of the college. They will register themselves on the portal, which is sih.gov.in, and follow the process. The mandatory part would be they have to upload a college authority letter in the in a PDF format, and that format we have provided for you on the portal. So just go ahead, have a look at it. It's pretty straightforward, and just get a copy of that. Once that is done, you will announce in your college that the internal hackathon is going to take place. Students will form teams and choose a problem statement and submit all the ideas offline to respective college SPOCs.
Yes.
And when are these internal hackathons to take place, Anuja?
So now that the problem statements have been introduced, we would like teams to shortlist a problem statement that appeals to them, and the internal hackathons can happen immediately, that is December to Jan.
Right, and like Anuja mentioned earlier, the last date of submission of the idea is 25th of January 2020. So we need to ensure that the internal hackathons, are planned immediately, and you start submitting ideas at the earliest. Now each college will nominate the top 7 teams to move ahead in this challenge. So the idea is to get at least 5 software teams and 2 hardware teams, nominate them, and move forward.
One point I would like to add here is these 7 teams include the student innovation teams as well. So, for example, a college has 5 software teams to be nominated. You can decide how many student innovation teams would be part of those 5. Or it could be completely 5 teams working on an industry or a ministry problem statement. That's also perfectly fine.
The internal hackathon is mandatory, so we just want to emphasize that part, that you have to have this in order to participate. We want you to encourage the students in your college to participate in the hackathon. We want more teams to be formed. It'll be very easy to say, oh, there were only 5 teams who want to participate, let's just put all these 5 teams ahead for the next stage. But that is not the aim. Our aim is to get more teams to participate, and that's why we will need proof and evidence from you that the hackathon actually took place at your premises.
Now let's understand how colleges can nominate the top 7 teams. College SPOCs, once they register, they have access to one form on their homepage, which is for team nominations. What the college SPOC needs to do is, they have to fill out the following details of the teams that they are nominating, which is the team name, the problem statement they have chosen, the name and the other details of the team members, the idea PPT, the college authority letter concerning the team. Along with that, they will also have to mention what is the engineering stream and academic year of each of the team member. This data is very crucial. So all the fields need to be filled on the form. So once all the team details are filled, the college SPOC is also expected to fill out the details of the jury panel that judged at the internal hackathon. There are also some pictures and videos that they need to add. So the pictures are kind of a proof that the college has held an internal hackathon successfully, and the data that comes through it is very essential for our records.
So very important, like Anuja mentioned, is that we'll need all the details or all the footage, not all but most of the footage for the internal hackathon that was conducted within your institute. So photos and videos would be great, and of course judges information would
it would be easier for college SPOCs to add a Google Drive link that would be easier to upload.
So now one important thing that you need to remember is, once you click on the submit button, there's no going back. It's done. So you will not be able to make any changes. So be very careful. The team leaders of each of the 7 nominated teams will receive an email and SMS once their information has been submitted by the SPOC. no information should be entered by the Spock without the team leader of that respective team being present there. So ensure that the team leader is there so that all information is entered correctly.
That's right.
Now, once these ideas are submitted and we receive the 7 ideas from all participating institutes, on January 25th, the portal will close. These teams will then move forward to the next level of evaluation. They'll be evaluated by respective problem statement creators, companies that created these problem statements, ministries, etc. So it will move on to that level. Now we're just giving you an idea about what the format of the college letter is, how your idea should look, what is the format of the idea that is going to be submitted. So the format of the college authority letter is available, the template is available on the portal. All you have to do is just fill it out, have the college print it on the college letterhead, sign and stamped, and you're good to go.
So this is how your college authority letter looks. A letter should be for every individual team. Just ensure that the college is entering the correct application number. We want the latest AICTE application number, and all the team details should be correct. It should match what the Spock is entering on the online form. Along with this, the college Spock is also supposed to upload the idea PPT for a student.
So what does this idea PPT look like? It's basically a 2 to 3 slide deck, and it is going to be in the following format. This will be the first slide where it will have all the information about the problem statement, the team name, the team leader, college code, the organization name. The next 2 slides are important, which wherein you will be giving details about your solution that you're offering for the problem statement, and describe your technology stack, and then the last slide we will describe your use case and any dependencies or showstoppers that you have. Remember to keep it 2 to 3 slides. There is a chance that if it is more slides than expected, the evaluators may not review it. So try to follow the rules, and you're going to be doing great.
So what is the selection criteria? I'm sure everyone is keen to know how they would get selected for the finale. The general evaluation guidelines from our side is, every idea should be having some novelty behind it. There should be some thought that goes behind coming up with that idea. The team's clarity should be noticeable from the idea that they are proposing. And of course, the details should be in the prescribed format. Just don't change the format, because you will not end up communicating what all we need to know. The idea you are proposing should also be feasible in nature, because companies are, if they are really finding something interesting, they might want to develop the idea further. So just think about it, whether this idea would be commercially feasible. Also, the scale of impact and user experience and potential for future work experience, that all matters. There could be a chance that there is a tie. So what do we do in that case?
So in that case, if there is a tie, so there are 2 things that will happen. One is preference will be given to the team with maximum girl members. Also, I think we will be giving an opportunity to the organization who's given that problem statement to decide which idea they would like to take forward, specifically the creator of that problem statement. So we will keep those points in mind, and you should be aware that this will happen. Let's talk about the problem statements and prizes to be won. So as you all know, the problem statements are from leading industries and ministries and even state governments. So each problem statement will have one winner, and the amount for that winning team would be rupees 1 lakh. and that is going to be awarded to you at the grand finale itself. Now, we already talked about what will happen in case of a tie, but it is all dependent on the company or organization ministry. They need to be convinced that your the winning team deserves that award. So they will take all the steps which are necessary, and it will be a fair game. One last point we want to mention, that ideas under the student innovation category, it of course has a different prize money. So each problem statement prize money is will be there, and it is at the discretion. Remember, it's at the discretion of the organization giving the problem statements to give the prize money.
Yeah, that's correct. So to give you more information about the IP related matters, so what happens to the winning idea of the finale? The IP or the winning idea is equally shared between the team members and the collaborating company that proposed the problem statement.
Also, the ministries or the companies, they get an opportunity to work with these winning teams to take the product forward, to actually get them into the next stage, to have a completed product in place so that it can be implemented, they can use it and see how that goes. So yes, they do have the first right to that winning solution, and the teams work together with the collaborating company or ministry.
So with this, we come to the end of the information that we wanted to share with you all today. We hope you found it insightful.
Yes, it definitely was a lot of information, but it's going to get you started, and we're looking forward to your participation in this grand event. Go ahead, get started with the internal hackathons. Shoot us any questions that you may have in the comment section below, and we will respond at the earliest. So gear up, and wishing you all the very best. See you at the grand finale.
All the best.